to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Was on mute. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Unfazed with your boys JJ and Ajae. We got so much to get into today, man. So much. Sam Darnold went out there and showed us who he really is. We got to talk about that. My dog Jalen Hurts, he catching a lot of criticism right now. You know what I'm saying, from the locker room apparently. So I got a lot to say, and I'm representing, of course. You know what I'm saying, because I ride with my dog. You know what I'm saying. So we got to talk about that. You know, it's so much the Chiefs may not make the playoffs. The Chiefs looking a little suspect. So we got to talk about that. And the AFC North, man, it's kind of up for grabs. You know, the Ravens, right? The Steelers. You know what I mean? Like, Burrow might be back. So there's so much to get into. But I got to ask you, JJ, Joe Jordan, before we start today, how you feeling, my boy?
I'm feeling great. It's Unfazed. I know it's Thursday. I know on the bottom it says we're live every Tuesday, but we had to reschedule this week. And hopefully y'all ready. I know the Bills and the Texans are playing, but just, put them on mute, keep the TV on, put us on your phone, and put the volume up because it's about to be a great show. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's about to be an exciting show, man. But make sure you lock in because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to discuss, and we got to start with the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold. Joe, we saw Sam Darnold. Some may say his true colors come out in that game against the Rams. You know my take on it. I'm going to get on it in a second. But after what you just seen in the history of Sam Darnold, not just what we just saw, but the history, right? Given what we saw last year, given what we've seen so far this year, can you say that we should trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs?
No! I cannot trust Sam Darnold. AJ, I can't. No, it's sad. You know why it's sad? Because he's having a phenomenal year. The Seahawks are playing very well. Mike McDonald should be a coach of the year candidate from what he's doing. Like, do you know since being a head coach, Mike McDonald has one road loss? Sorry, two, because he just lost his round. 2 road losses in his whole career. The last 2 years, only 2 losses on the road. The defense is top 5 playing lights out. The offense is top 5 playing great also. Sam Darnold has been awesome. The running game is being great. JSN, best receiver in the league for our stat-wise. They looking awesome. But here's the thing. Sam Darnold is very talented. He is. He can throw. That's why he was a top pick in the draft. But the problem is when the pressure rises, he don't rise with the pressure. He actually folds. He gives you his worst performance. AJ, last year. I remember last year when Sam Darnold and the Vikings, he was having an MVP type of year. And you know up close, you live in Minnesota. You were around all the fans. You knew how excited they were. They went into the Detroit Lions game. This is the same team, AJ, that my boy JD5 put up 40 plus points on. This is the same team that had 15 plus guys on IR, AJ. And he goes to Detroit, for the division, not for just the division, AJ. This for the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And what he does, he lays the egg. Go 18 for 41, 41% from the field. That's 166 yards. That's 4 yards per attempt, AJ. I mean, he only threw 4 yards per attempt. I think I could do that. 0 touchdowns. He had no interceptions, thank God. And they lost 31-9. He had a 55.5 QB rating and a 14.3 QBR. So I look at this game. Same scenario, but early in the year. Not late, but early in the year. Same scenario. You're looking good so far. You beat Pittsburgh. You beat the Commanders. You beat all these teams, and you look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You roll into LA against a contender in their house. That's the thing. He's on a road. Pressure rises. When both of y'all 7-2, winner of this game leads and have full sole control of the NFC West. And what he does, AJ, on the first of all, your defense should smack you silly. Because on the first drive, they stopped the Rams. The Rams was in field goal range. They went for it, and they got stopped. Sam Darnold gets the ball, and what he does, he's backpedaling, getting pressure, and he throws an interception. Defense, gave up 2 touchdowns after that because you gave it the ball up right there, score, and then you got punt, and they score. So it's 14-3, right? 14-3, 14-6. I forgot what the score was. We go into halftime. He come out of halftime, gets pressured again, and throws another interception. AJ, now the pressure is high. The third interception, he wouldn't even get pressure. It was a bad safety sitting right there. He sat on the pass and interception. And the fourth one, oh my gosh. This man thought he was Michael Jordan, the way he jumped. Oh, he thought he was Mahomes because he was pressured and he just interception. And you know what's funny, AJ? After 4 interceptions, they still had an opportunity to win the game. They kicked a game-winning field goal, and he missed it. Now that's why I know you and Vaughn had like a debate, right? You and Vaughn had a debate about Hurts, right? And when Vaughn asked a question, well, I thought was a good question. He said, "Is what you're asked to do matter? Because let my guy throw 4 interceptions. We losing by 60. We losing by 60 points. Let Lamar Jackson throw 4 interceptions with that defense they got right now. Now, I know they're getting better right now, but they losing by 60 points. So my thing is the fact that he threw those 4 interceptions and they still had an opportunity to win a game is crazy to me. We saw Jared Goff throw 5 interceptions and they still win a game. And that's why we really don't trust Jared Goff for real. So I think Sam, and then you last year going to the playoffs, he plays the Rams, he gets sacked 9 times, and he also didn't have another bad game. So Sam Darnold, if he's protected, if you tell me if he's going to be protected throughout the whole playoffs, then I would trust him if he's protected. But this is the playoffs. In the playoffs, you play against great defenses, and you're going to get pressure. So that's my issue with him. Not just the pressure, because statistically throughout the season, he's been good under pressure. We're talking about the pressure from the defense and the pressure from the moment. The playoffs, the pressure is high. I do not trust Sam Darnold in the pressure being high, along with the pressure from the defense. So my answer is a no.
Yeah, it's a huge no for me. But before we get to that, Joe, we got a super chat, $1.99 super chat. Now I can't read I ain't gonna read the end of it, but go Birds, go Birds. The Birds fans know what DH stand for. I'm not gonna say it, but go Birds, man. We here, man. Eagles fans are here. We here, man. But to answer the question, absolutely not. And we appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Y'all flood the chat with the super chats, man. We definitely appreciate it. You know what I mean? But anyway, to answer the question, absolutely not. We can't trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs. And I just want to say, hey, Seahawks fans, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was referring to. We're gonna talk about my dog in a second, but I just want to ask the people, because I know you brought up your dog and what would happen if my dog threw 4 interceptions and all this other stuff. And I just be wanting to ask people, like, which one would you rather have? Because Sam Darnold gonna give you all these numbers in the regular season against teams when it don't matter. He gonna give you all of these attractive numbers. He gonna throw all these touchdown passes. He gonna make you feel as a fan like you have a chance to go on a run, the same way he made the Minnesota Vikings fans feel last year. Like Joe said, I'm out here, I experienced it. Super Bowl, We going to the Super Bowl. We the best team in the NFC. And then when push came to shove, when it mattered most, like Joe said, he folded against Detroit.
Mhm.
Then he got to the playoffs and folded against the Rams. Back-to-back games, two of the worst quarterback performances I have seen. So would you rather have that great statistical season, but then when you need him the most, he folds? Or would you rather have a guy who doesn't have the greatest statistical season, but when you need him most, he ball out? Which one would you rather have? I know which one I would rather have. It just happens to be the jersey I'm rocking. I know which one I would rather have, but we're going to get to that. We're going to get to all that in a second. Sam Darnold, like you said, a talented quarterback. You see why he was drafted so early on in his draft. Forget what year that was, but you see why he was drafted as high as he was drafted. He's accurate. He is most of the time smart with the football, right? I think he's a pretty good leader. The team follows him. The team backs him. They like playing with him. They backed him up after this game. Like, hey, Sam, it ain't your fault. I forget what the name of the player was, but he was in the press after the game. Like, everybody want to blame Sam. Sam has had us in all these games from week 1 till now. So we're not putting this on Sam. We could have played better in this area. We could have blocked better. We could have played better defense. They want to put the blame everywhere else but on Sam because they like Sam. They respect Sam. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, this is who Sam Darnold has proven to be.
Yeah.
And you said it best, Joe. You took the words right out of my mouth, bro. In the playoffs, you are playing the best of the best. You're not playing the Arizona Cardinals in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You're not playing, the worst of the worst. You probably won't play the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs, right? You're not going to play a lot of the worst teams in the league in the playoffs. You're playing the best of the players. You're going to see Detroit, Aiden Hutchinson. You might see Philadelphia with Phillips, and Nolan Smith coming off the edge, right? You might see Micah Parsons in the Green Bay Packers, right? You're going to see the best of the best. And he has shown time and time again, he can't handle that pressure, bro. Like you said, you literally said it, Joe. The pressure of the moment and the pressure of the defense. Now, I will say this. I think he has a fair chance if he can escape one of those pressures. Just one of them. Like, if he could just get past the fact that this is a big moment and just look beyond that and play his game, he might be straight. Or if he can somehow, some way, if the defensive line can't get home, right, and he has time back there to make plays, then he might be straight. But he dang sure can't deal with both of them. Not at all. So I can't trust Sam Darnold, which also means I can't trust the Seattle Seahawks. Because the Rams sold, let's be honest. The Rams had multiple opportunities to blow this game wide open. Because the Rams low-key got issues too. Everybody talk about how great the Rams are, and they are a really good team, but they kind of got issues on the offensive side of the ball too. And we kind of saw the Seahawks expose that because the defense is like that. But they had multiple opportunities to blow this game open. And they simply didn't. It is crazy that the Seattle Seahawks were still in the game. But that's not playoff football, bro. You turn the ball over 4 times in the playoffs against any one of these teams, even the Rams, I think you get your doors blown off. I just do. Because I don't think the same mistakes the Rams made in the regular season, they'll make in the postseason. So I think this, and Sam Darnold is in a space where he has to show us to make us believe. He got to show us he could perform in that in those big moments. The Seattle Seahawks, it is very important for the Seattle Seahawks this year to make to win the division. At the very least, they have to win the division. If they anything better than that, you got to be the 1 seed. The road to the Super Bowl has to travel through Seattle. If it doesn't, and you got to take that show on the road, be prepared to be a first-round exit. Yes, I said it. Be prepared to be a first-round exit if they do not win their division. And I don't think they will. I do not think they will.
Yeah, I wrote that down too. I wrote down that they had to win the division and avoid going on the road against a good defense. And you know what's crazy? It can happen. I agree with you. If he can escape one game. I remember Russell Wilson, I think he threw 4 interceptions against the Packers, and they won the NFC Championship game still because the defense showed out. They got a crazy onside kick, and they end up scoring a touchdown. So Russell Wilson has done that. He cried in the press conference. I remember he was thanking God on it and stuff like, yo, I can't believe I won this game. And he won, but they ended up losing the Super Bowl, but he got there. So, like you said, the defense showed that they can possibly overcome. I know you said in the playoffs, you get the doors blown out, whatever. but the defense have shown that they are elite. This is an elite defense, man. Their Rams offense is pretty good, and they forced a turnover on Puka Nacua. They were stopping them on fourth down. I mean, they did a good job. You know what I mean? So he could possibly escape it, but if we have to say like Sam Darnold take us home, and I also want to say this, I made a reel and a short, whatever, and I posted it, and I had Seahawks fans saying this is I think it's on TikTok on Seahawks fans saying a bunch of them saying like it's only he been having a phenomenal season. It's only one game. You know, y'all making a big deal out of it. I'm like,
not to cut you off, Joe. They coming out of the woodworks these days. I kid you not. It's like, yo, like where y'all come from? I commented something on like a First Take post, and they just flooded my mentions. It's been flooding ever since. I'm like, no, are y'all serious? Well, my bad. Continue.
Like that's how they were. They were just like making it's only one game. It's the game. That's the problem. Like, we get it. He's talented. He's gonna be good. Like, we saw Justin Herbert last year. Throw 3 interceptions the whole year.
Yep.
And then get to the moment and throw 4. So, like, I'm sorry, it sounds crazy, but what you do in the regular season honestly don't matter if you stick it up in the playoffs. It don't matter.
Before we move on, let me ask you this, and feel free, people watching, feel free to answer in the comments. In the postseason, who do you trust more, Sam Darnold or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
In the postseason, who do you trust more, Sam Darnold or Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford.
In the postseason, who do you trust more, Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield.
In the postseason, who do you trust more, Brock Purdy?
Purdy.
They in trouble. And then the other names, you got Jared Goff in there because they technically outside of the, you know, and then Caleb hasn't shown you. Caleb ain't been in there just yet. But I probably would bet on him before I bet on Darnold. I probably would. Now Caleb got to show us too. He got to show us too. But I doubt he looks as bad.
I can see Caleb going crazy and like,
bro, like
no. I can also see him going bad in the playoffs.
It's like,
but I can see the other side too.
I think Ben Johnson helps though. I think Ben Johnson helps with me feeling a little bit more confident in him. But it's like, push come to shove, I'd probably take Caleb in a moment. Like, gotta have a moment in the playoff. And he got his legs. He can move.
Yeah, and he got to escape pressure. Shout out to him. And shout out to the Chicago Bears. They're number 1 in NFC North right now.
The only quarterback that it might be questionable for is Jordan Love.
But Jordan Love, he had at least one game.
He got at least one. He gave you at least one. He went into Dallas and killed Dallas. And I thought he played decent in that 49ers. I thought he played decent in that 49ers game. He threw the pick at the end. Yeah, that was just a bad. But he wasn't bad the whole game. You know what I mean? Like, he's shown us more. So, yeah, man. I just listed every team in the conference or every team in the playoff picture. And we basically picked every single quarterback over Darnold in the playoffs. And that should tell you all you need to know.
Well, the people want to know what you think about this next topic because it's about your boy Uno, Jalen Hurts, getting criticized. They're saying that there are people in the organization. We're talking about players and just people, period, the staff, like people, period, in the organization. It's talking about that Hurts is being very conservative with the ball. He's not taking chances. And this is the first time I really heard something like this with Jalen Hurts within the organization. We already got the Ajae Brown turmoil going on. And all this going on, and the Eagles have the best record in the NFC sitting with the number 1 seed. It's like, what's going on? Like, so ain't y'all on a winning streak? Like, y'all on a win streak right now. Y'all haven't lost a game since the Broncos game, right? Or the Broncos game.
No, so the Giants game was after the Broncos game. Yeah. So Giants game. Yep.
I think on a 4-game win streak, if I'm not mistaken. 4-game win streak.
Yep.
So AJ, the people want to know. I had people call me earlier and say, "Yo, I ain't heard from AJ in the chat. Like, he's saying about this Hurt stuff." I was like, "Don't worry, you heard on Unfazed." So AJ, the people want to know, what is your reaction to all this Hurt slander on your boy Uno?
I'm glad you asked, Joe. I'm glad you asked. I just think it's crazy that we forget that we're literally 2 games removed from Jalen Hurts having a perfect game, perfect passer rating, 360 something yards, 19 and 23. I think he had 3 touchdowns in that game. Devontae went off for 180 and Smeedy went off for Devontae went off for 180 and Ajae went off for 121. And then the following game, he went off without AJ Brown in the lineup for 4 touchdown passes, 179 yards. And so I think it's just crazy that we're just a few games removed from that. But what I will say is this. I am a Jalen Hurts stan. It just is what it is. I'm a Jalen Hurts stan. I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. I rock with Uno. The man brought us our 2nd championship. We only got 2, y'all. We got 5, 6. We only got 2. And he the only franchise quarterback ever in Philadelphia to deliver a Super Bowl. He the only quarterback in franchise history to go to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, right? And so I have a certain level of respect for Jalen Hurts. But I will acknowledge Jalen Hurts is not completely blameless in how the offense has looked. I will acknowledge that. Jalen Hurts has at times missed throws. Jalen Hurts has at times misreads. Jalen Hurts has at times been very conservative with the football, a little too conservative with the football. Sometimes it's the play call to begin with, because it's not his fault that the coach want to run the ball on 3rd and long all the dang time. We lead the league in runs on 3rd and long. It makes no sense whatsoever. But at the same time, when you have those windows to throw the football, he is at times very hesitant. And so I will give people that, because I agree. When I watch the film, I'm like, okay, Jay, you could have threw it there. You could have threw it there. But I want people to understand something about Jalen Hurts. 2022, let's just skip 2021 for time's sake. 2021 2022 AJ Brown comes to town. And Jalen Hurts is airing the ball out. Devontae goes off. AJ Brown goes off. They win a lot of 50-50 balls. So Jalen Hurts' confidence in those guys is sky high, because they win a lot of 50-50 balls. And even when it's not, 50-50, Jalen is putting it on the money. So it ain't 50-50, right? The following season, Jalen Hurts threw 15 interceptions, bro. Threw 15 interceptions and had 20 total turnovers. Ooh. And he got killed for it. Not only by the media, Philly media, the national media, but us fans, myself included. Jalen, you got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. I challenge people to go back and look at those interceptions. A lot of those interceptions came from 50-50 balls. A lot of those interceptions came, I'm going to try to fit this ball in the double coverage. I'm going to try to lob this up to AJ and the safety comes snatch it. I'm going to try to lob this to Devontae and the safety comes snatch it. The following season, the start of the season, the Super Bowl year, same thing. He started the season off throwing picks. Yeah. Similar situation. And the first thing I said is, you got Jalen, we got too much for you to be doing this. What we need you to do, be Rajon Rondo, be Chris Paul, right? Be Magic Johnson. Just get the ball to your playmakers. Just get the ball. You ain't got to do too much. The defense is what the defense is. We got Saquon now. Just get the ball to the playmakers, and we will be just fine. And Jalen Hurts heard that, along with the coaching staff that was on his line about it, and said, Jalen, you need to stop taking all of these chances. You need to stop taking all these chances with the football and be smart. Jalen said, you got it, because I'm about winning football games. I want to win. And throughout the season, we saw, hey, if I don't turn this mug over, we win 9 times out of 10. So I'm going to carry this mindset all throughout the season. I'm going to carry this mindset into the playoffs. And then when they need me to elevate to throw the ball into those tight windows, when they need me to throw them 50-50 balls on 4th down, when they need those big plays, I know it's there. But for now, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to take care of the football, because my goal is to win. And I know if I put this ball in harm's way, it's going to be an issue, and it could cost us the game. And this team is too good for me at the quarterback position to cost us games. Now we fast forward to this season.
Okay.
It is the same mindset. The defense is playing out of control. I'm going to take care of the football. To an extent, a little too conservative. But Jalen Hurts, and what I hate about these comments is that's really all I have to say about Jalen Hurts. Because there's a lot of other things going on that Jalen Hurts is taking a fall for. we don't talk about the offensive line. The offensive line has been abysmal this year, and it's been banged up all season long. They pass protect well, but they don't run protect at all. Saquon has no running lanes. His best game was against the Giants, and we thought that was going to be a breakthrough moment for us in the run game. It's still been trash. He has no running lanes to run through. So we were always in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. What also needs to be talked about is, heck, what's up with all these pre-snap penalties? Do we all of a sudden don't know Jalen Hurts' cadence at the line? False start after false start. False start after false start. Then we got random holdings on big plays and things of that nature. We just saw that Lions game. How many penalties do we have in that football game? Pre-snap penalties. So we got that going on. The biggest thing, in my opinion, is, again, we have a revolving door at the offensive coordinator position.
Mm-hmm.
And so every year we are adjusting to a new offensive coordinator. And right now, the Eagles have gotten to the point where it's like, at this point, we got so many different coordinators. Ain't no point in coming up with a brand new scheme every season. We're going to run something similar with slight tweaks every year. And we're going to go talent against talent every single game. We're not going to scheme Ajae Brown open. He doesn't get schemed open. We're not going to scheme Devontae Smith open. We're not going to do it. We're not going to scheme, Saquon Barkley open, Dallas Goedert. You guys, talent for talent, y'all just going to have to get open. And the issue this season is it's only 2 guys that's been getting open like that. If we call in a spade, Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. Now, I will say this, going back to Jalen Hurts. There are times where he misses Ajae Brown. No doubt. No doubt. You got the play cutting, in the back of the end zone against the New York Giants where he missed and he threw the out route to Dotson. Atrocious. Bad decision with the football. Bad decision, right? You got the steal shot. Everybody got this steal shot that they want to use in this. I think it was the Packers game where Ajae is streaking across the middle of the field wide open, and Hurts looks like he's looking at him, but looking in the other direction or whatever, and he decides not to throw to him, and he runs, and Ajae Brown streaks, down the sideline or down the middle of the field, and he's upset. I challenge people to give me more clips of Ajae Brown running wide open. I've been itching for someone to say this. Kev been saying it. I didn't want to be the guy to say this because I love Ajae Brown. I'm an Ajae Brown guy. I really am, even though I'm sick of Ajae Brown now. But I'm an Ajae Brown guy. When you watch the film, Ajae ain't getting open like that this year. Now, is that all on Ajae? I don't think so. I think some of it is the fact that DBs know what he's gonna run every play. They know he running a slant, a fly, or a comeback every play. So they sitting on it nonstop. Because we know you're gonna run one of 3 routes, right? And Ajae Brown has got his money off of being physical, but there are some guys he hasn't been able to out physical, right? And so, but Devontae, his route tree is a little bit more wide. So we've seen Devontae when he's targeted 9 times out of 10, Devontae's open when he's targeted. Devontae got separation when he's targeted. Jalen's more comfortable throwing the ball in those windows because he's open. I'm going to throw the ball to the open guy. Go back and watch the Vikings game. Look how open Devontae was on those plays. Even in that game, Ajae was open in some of those plays. Go back and watch the first half of the Tampa game before we started trying to force the ball to Ajae Brown. Look at how open Devontae, Goddard, Saquon was in that football game, right? Go back and look at the Dallas Cowboys game where Jalen Hurts said, I'm not going to force the ball to y'all. I'm just going to run because they ain't got no QB spy. I'm just going to take off and run. When Jalen Hurts is just simply playing his game and throwing the ball to the open guy instead of being gun-ho on, we got to force the ball to Ajae because if Ajae don't get his, he going to go on Twitch with Rondo and go crazy. The offense looks different. It is no coincidence. That we had our best offensive performance without Ajae Brown on the field. It is no coincidence. We dropped 38 with Ajae Brown not on the field, and the moment he comes back, it's back to being a little stagnant. It's back to being a little bumpy. I also want to say this. Every year we do this. One year, Ajae Brown reading books on the sideline, and it's passing. What we need to improve on? Passing. So now Jalen Hurts is under fire. 2022, Devontae's eating, Ajae's not. They arguing on the sideline. What's going on with Ajae Brown and Jalen Hurts? So we got to talk about that. This year, you have this coming out. He's not throwing the ball in these tight windows. How about you get open? How about you create more separation, bro? I'm not trying to always, every throw to you is almost everything. 90% of the throws to AJ are 50-50. Jalen ain't trying to take those chances all the time. If it's another guy that's open, if Smitty open it, I'm going to throw the ball over here because they are open. I'd rather do that than force feed you the football. But then we had the comment earlier this season as well. I think people forget about this one. Right before the Minnesota Vikings game, this team is starting to look like the 2023 Eagles. It came from the locker room, apparently. This team is starting to look like the 2023 Eagles. I want to know who is talking. And the reason why I want to know who is talking, because I'm assuming this is coming from the offensive side of the ball, as I pull up my first clip, Joe. Because what people don't understand, Joe, is I'm very in tune. This stuff was said before the Lions game. This wasn't this week. This was said before the Lions game. Right before the Lions game, people came out and said, AJ not throwing the ball in tight windows. Jalen not taking the risk. He not throwing the ball in tight windows. This is, okay. So you go into the game and you say, okay, y'all want the ball? Here you go. Here you go. Let's pull up the first clip, Joe. Who is that? Devontae Smith, drop. First play of the game. Matter of fact, let me rewind that. Make sure it's clear. First play of the game. Devontae Smith, it's in your hands. Drop. But that's good defense. I'll give you that. Okay, that's fair. Devontae, you straight. You straight. The next play, Dallas Goedert. Drop. Was it you, Dallas? That was talking like that? Okay. Credit to AJ. He catches the next pass to get us on the first down. And then the next play, drop. Saquon, was it you that was talking? Oh, next we got Devontae again. Drop later on in the game. I mean, we dropping passes left and right in this football game, but we talking about Hurts though. We talking about Hurts. AJ Brown, I take you back to the separation comment. Not only is AJ Brown struggling to separate at times because DBs know his routes, in my opinion. I'm not going to disrespect him and say he's lost a step, but what I will say is they know what he's going to run, so it's harder to separate when they know exactly what you're going to run. They know exactly what you're going to run. He's also quitting on routes. He's quitting on routes, bro. And he's done this more times than not. Here we go. AJ Brown on the sideline. Let me make sure I get this. You want your 50-50 ball, AJ? Here you go. Why you stop running? Let's take this comment down so y'all can see it clearly. Let me see if I can get this down too. Because I want this to be seen clearly, Joe. Why are you stopping on your route? Why are you slowing down? Right there, slowing down. Why? Why are you jogging? If you keep running, that ball is right there. It's for him to make a play. On a 3rd and 15, the play before Jalen Hurts takes a sack because the offensive line doesn't block. So there's your opportunity. Oh, and I'm not done because everybody talked about the PI at the end of the game that was called in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't notice that. You know what I noticed about this play, Joe? Yeah. I noticed somebody struggling to separate again. That's what I saw. And Jalen throwing the ball to his outside shoulder like, if you're not getting it, I'm not throwing a pick and putting us in a bad spot. But the ball's supposed to come to you. So, AJ, go separate. Go separate. What kind of route is this, number one? And number two, he in his hip pocket. This is AJ all year. DB's in his hip pocket all year. And do you got to deal with the body language? Do you got to deal with it? Because you can't separate. And you want Jalen Hurts to throw all these 50-50 passes to you, whether it's a comeback or a go ball or a slant. It's always a 50-50 pass to AJ. And you want him to throw that while other guys running open. And then when we do, you have effort to play. You don't run the full route. You don't run a good route. Come on, bro. Come on, man. If we going to critique Hurts, which I have no problem doing, let's talk about it all. First off, let's talk about the fact that we got a new play caller every dang year. Because we've seen this offense work just fine, Joe. We've seen guys play well. We've seen Jalen Hurts perform. We've seen Devontae perform. We've seen AJ. We've seen guys play well. We've seen it with different offensive coordinators. All of a sudden, these guys can't play now with this coordinator, right? Let's talk about the offensive line struggling to stay healthy, getting older, and not playing well enough to run block for Saquon Barkley. Let's talk about the fact that Saquon Barkley, not only is he not having a 2,000 rushing yard season, Saquon's struggling to get to 1,000 yards right now. Let's talk about that. This Saquon Barkley we talking about. And then let's talk about the fact that your number one receiver, who is going to cry for the ball when he ain't getting it, is struggling to separate and finish out his routes. Let's talk about it all. You want Jalen Hurts to throw the ball in these tight spaces? Separate. You want Jalen Hurts to give you a chance? Go act like you want the football. I have so many clips of AJ just the Broncos game. He gives up on the route. The deep ball to him on the sidelines, right? Against the Packers on fourth down. He doesn't go through the guy to get the. I mean, come on, bro. If you want the ball, act like you want it. It's and it's the last thing I'll say, and I'll pitch it to you, Joe. It's frustrating because as an Eagles fan, I've seen it all. I saw Carson. I saw Nick Foles. I saw Mike Vick. I saw Mark Sanchez and Jeff Garcia and Sam Bradford and all of these random guys at the quarterback position, bro, who failed to get it done. I'm also sitting back and I'm watching football on a Sunday to Sunday basis. And I'm seeing guys look worse than Jalen Hurts. I'm seeing guys go out here cost their team games. I'm seeing guys not performing well. I'm seeing how other teams are playing. And then I look at my team, who is in my opinion, the best era that we've ever been in, 8-2. Maybe not playing the best that they've ever played, right? But nevertheless, we have always seen them, with the exception of 2023, we've always seen the offense figure it out throughout the years. And yet I can't enjoy a win because we win and AJ Brown got something to say. We win and somebody talking about Hurts. We can't never just talk about the team. We always got to talk about this is happening and that is happening. It can't never be like, bro, we 8-2 though. We got a chance we beat Detroit. We beat the Rams. We beat the Packers. We beat the Chiefs. We on pace to be the number one seed and it come through Philly again. And this is what we talking about? AJ Brown, I witnessed you in Tennessee. I saw it. AJ Brown was a stud in Tennessee. He wasn't all pro and all this other stuff, but he was a stud. And the performance that sticks out in my mind, he had like 5 receptions for 140-something yards in the playoffs as a 1 seed against the Bengals. Oh, you was getting that pill. You know where else the ball was going? To the defense. To the defense. Because Tannehill threw 3 interceptions that game and cost you a chance to get to an AFC championship. Not a Super Bowl. Not a Super Bowl. He cost you a chance to get to an AFC championship in the game where Joe Burrow was getting smacked around. But you got your numbers, though. You got yours. You ain't come that close to doing anything at that level. And then you came to Philadelphia. Saquon, I saw you in New York. You was a baller. Didn't get past the divisional round. A lot of these guys ain't win nothing until Jalen Hurts became the quarterback. Let's just call it spade a spade, Joe. Let's be honest, bro. With the exception of Lane Johnson and the guys that was on the 2017 team, and Devontae Smith, who was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles and was a winner coming out of college, a lot of these guys ain't won nothing. And they come play with Jalen Hurts. Been to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. Super Bowl champions, bro, defending. And this is how y'all do my dog. It's laughable, bro. It's laughable. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So my question is, who is to blame for the offense?
I think, are you asking me?
Yeah.
I think most of the blame, if we going on a there's 2 words. It's like macro and like the big, I forget.
Micro.
Yeah, on a micro level, I believe it's mainly on the offensive coordinator. Because guys are struggling, in my opinion, to create separation, and it's mainly because DBs and defenses know what they're going to do. So you have to figure out ways to get guys open to make it easier on your receivers and make it easier on your running back. What's also not being talked about is the fact that, have you noticed that Jalen Hurts does not do design runs anymore? We're not doing design runs. That opens up the offense a lot more. It opens up the run game. People laughed at me when I said Jalen Hurts in the run game helps Saquon. They laughed at me. But now without the design runs, he's not running through the same holes he had last year. I don't think they're doing design runs as much because he dealt with the 2 concussions last year, and he sat out for a while, the concussion protocol. So I think it's smart, but I'm just saying we're not doing that as much as well. So on a micro level, I think it's the coordinator. On the biggest level, it's Nick Sirianni, because this is I'm telling you, bro, this will happen every year because we always got to get somebody new. I just seen a report that said bro might get a head coaching job.
No, I saw that. I lost all credibility from that source. There's no way he's getting a coaching job. No way getting a coaching job.
So I just think that ultimately I think it's mainly on the coaching staff than it is on anyone. That's not to exalt, like Jalen Hurts deserves some far for not taking more chances. I do think he should take more chances. And I agree with them on that, right? But I also think the offensive line with Saquon not being able to run effectively and guys not being able to create separation like how they did before when it was talent on talent is also a problem. I think it is a group effort. You can't just point the finger at one person and say it's all your fault. No, everybody has a hand in this. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But they will turn it around. Eagles fans, they will turn it around, bro. We saw this last year. Saquon was a lot better last year, yes. But, bro, we saw the pass game struggle last year. We saw the offense struggle last year. And the question was, can they score enough points to compete with this team and that team and this team and that team? And what happened? We won the Super Bowl. They'll figure it out. Take pride in how your defense is performing because the offense will come along.
So why all of a sudden when AJ Brown meets with the owner, he gets targets? Why is that?
You asking me again?
I'm asking you, yeah.
I think the Eagles have paid AJ Brown a lot of money.
Okay.
And I think they want to hold on to AJ Brown. They want to keep AJ Brown happy. I think that they are trying to put out the fire as much as they can because they want to keep this roster together. They understand that this roster is a Super Bowl winning roster, bro. They know what can happen. And so AJ, look, he got the most targets he's ever had in a half in that game, and we still struggled offensively. But my bad, I know it looks like you got more questions, but I think it's because they want to keep AJ happy. They want AJ to be happy. They want to keep him. They want to make sure he stays. They don't want to let him go.
All right. So, first of all, this is a funny comment. Shout out to Chief TV. Agree. Nick is a glorified motivational speaker. All right. So look, I listened to the press conference of Petula and Jalen Hurts, and this is what I came across. I'm gonna play it real quick. All right. This is Hurts first, and then KP. All right, here we go. Y'all, people watching, listen up.
AJ had 11 targets tonight. Was there more conscious effort maybe to get him involved early and keep trying to feed him the football?
Yeah, just going with the flow of the game and how it was called and trying to go out there and execute.
So there wasn't like an effort to get him the football?
That may be a KP question.
AJ obviously had a high volume of targets. Was there a concerted effort to get the ball to him, and how did you feel like that impacted the flow of the offense?
Yeah, it was really no different. I think really the plan was pretty much similar to how it was, every other game with him, and the ball found him a little bit more, which is great. And he made some critical plays for us when we needed it. Made some really tough catches in traffic, and that's what he's awesome. He's a phenomenal player and did a really good job from that standpoint.
Yo, AJ, your reaction to that? He bust out laughing. So, like, I heard that, and I'm like, So, basically, Hurts looked uncomfortable with that question, by the way. He looked uncomfortable. He started rubbing his head and all that stuff. He looked uncomfortable. And he didn't want to answer at first. He kind of gave a answer that's just broad. Like, he didn't say much. And they said, bro, I'm asking you a specific question. You answer the question.
Right.
Well, that's a KP question. Then you go to KP that asked the same question. He's like, yo, we did nothing different. It just found him today. And that's a coincidence. It's not a coincidence.
Mhm.
That Hurts actually trying to feed him the ball, right? So this is why Hurts, I feel like, is getting the criticism in this deservingly so. I heard everything you said about AJ Brown, 50-50 balls and all this stuff, right? How last year, look what happened last year. You know, we won a Super Bowl. Hurts came here, you never won nothing for real. Obviously, we know that to win a Super Bowl, the quarterback carries a lot. All right.
Right. Correct.
It carries a lot. So we're gonna give Hurts credit for that. You can't just win with any quarterback, no matter how. I mean, we just saw Sam Darnold with that defense, though, 4 interceptions, lost the camera. So you gotta have a good quarterback. But Hurts did not carry y'all last year. So y'all won. I'm giving you a credit, y'all won. But we can't look at that and say Hurts did it. Hurts was part of it, but he wasn't the driving force because he didn't have a great year last year. It was Saquon that kind of carried y'all, and then the defense picked up as the season went on, and then the defense was lights out in the playoffs, and Saquon went crazy in the playoffs. And I remember you said this, AJ, early in the beginning of the season. I got a feeling everybody gonna play Saquon like they did in the Super Bowl. And my guy, AP Hurts gonna go out and win MVP. Guess what's happening, AJ? Everybody is playing Saquon like that Super Bowl. They loading up the box. They making sure Saquon don't get off. And this is why people complaining. It's because I look at every team in the NFL. They got a duo receiver like y'all. They cooking everybody, and that's including Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was with the Browns. And this is going to help Chris thing with Joe Burrow. Joe Flacco is with the Browns, and he was complete trash. He gets traded to the Bengals, and they put up the most points for the time he got there. That's crazy because he got weapons. I see Dak Prescott going crazy. I see Matthew Stafford looking like an MVP. I see everybody that got a duo receiver looking crazy. And then we see y'all, and it's like, y'all legit rely on the defense. Now, in spurts, y'all look good. Y'all look good against the Vikings in spurts, against the Broncos in the first half in spurts. But overall, like, if I look at average, the offense has been average. And y'all are far from y'all potential. And that's why people are criticizing because he's a quarterback.
Not to cut you off, can you list them? You said Stafford, Dak, who else?
I said Joe Flacco.
Flacco, okay.
Yeah.
Was that those the three that you mentioned?
I mean, as far as duo, I mean, I could say Baker, but Baker guy's been hurt.
Right. I got you. I was just trying to remember the guys that you mentioned.
They're the only guys I know that got like two number ones, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, cause y'all got two number ones, so that's why he's getting criticism because Saquon ain't going nowhere, but Saquon's getting all the attention. So the pass game should be better. And y'all have the weapons. And he is conservative. And part of that is with Nick Sirianni, because Nick Sirianni model is win the turnover battle. Y'all like 40-2 when y'all win the turnover battle. I remember when I first met you, I said, if we beat the Eagles, we got to win the turnover battle. And we won the turnover battle and we beat the Eagles. So that's something is in the back of his mind, in my opinion. He's not trying to turn the ball over. But he's the quarterback. And when the offense is not rolling, you look at who's the quarterback. What's going on? Why is it not working? Who's the quarterback right now? Oh, it's Hurts. Hurts needs some criticism. Well, all this talent, this is what we doing. So you said also there are quarterbacks around the league who are looking bad, but yeah, they are. But do they have the talent like Hurts do? And that's why people are criticizing Hurts, in my opinion.
Okay, so this is what I would say. Number one, you brought up Matthew Stafford, you brought up Dak, and you brought up Flacco. Do you remember AJ Brown's first season in Philadelphia?
I do. He had like
his best season,
almost 1,500 yards.
His best season in Philadelphia. Devontae Smith as well. One of his best years in Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert had a great year. Jalen Hurts had a great year. Right. They went off.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott. Just added George Pickens. They look great. Again, do you remember Jalen Hurts' first year with AJ Brown and those guys?
I do, yeah.
Joe Flacco now with this team. And their
Okay.
situation is a little different because they're always competing from behind. Their defense is awful, so they're always having to exert more energy on offense. So you're always throwing the ball instead of being a run-first team. But Joe Flacco playing with a new team, new weapons. It looks a little different. The Eagles have had the same tandem for years. Tape has been out on this team for 4 straight years. Not only regular season, but playoffs. That's why I bring you back to the coordinator. Because if you're doing the same stuff for 4 years, Joe, what do you expect? It's not going to keep elevating when defenses know what you're going to do. Again, watch Ajae Brown. He is not separating, y'all. Like I need people to understand what I'm saying. And it's not a shot at AJ. It's the fact that they know what's coming before it happened. In 2022, you didn't really know what was coming because it was new. In 2023, you started to kind of see, I'm gonna bring that safety over the top. I'm gonna pick that off. I'm gonna bring that safety off the side. Oh, we know he's throwing to AJ. Oh, we know he's throwing a deep ball to Smitty. We're gonna play it a little differently. It resulted in 15 interceptions. We trying to do the same thing we was just doing. Last year, same thing until we changed. We start handing the ball off to Saquon a little bit more. And now the offense looks different. Now we have to game plan for something different now. Saquon's taking off and dominating. We got a game plan to stop Saquon. And now it's kind of open things up again for the offense. Now you're getting more one-on-ones for AJ and Devontae and things of that nature. This year, yes, I absolutely said Jalen Hurts will be MVP candidate. And if you remember, after the Vikings game, after the Giants game, what did I say? Joey creeping, because he was creeping. And I said, these 2 weeks is going to tell me all I need to know about him in this conversation. But what happened in these 2 weeks? AJ Brown, you're using me, but you ain't using me. You're using me, but you ain't using me. AJ Brown griping and complaining. AJ Brown on stream. So what you think Nick Sirianni's saying? What you think KP's saying? What you think Howie, who didn't trade him at the trade deadline, is saying? What you think Jeffrey Lurie is saying? Get him the ball. We don't care how it's done. Get him the ball. But yo, Devontae going off this year before last game, he was on pace for a career year. Dallas Goedert going off this year. Before that game, he was on pace for a career year. Get the ball to AJ. No, we gonna get the ball. So what hurt? And you see it when you watch him. Hurts don't even be wanting to throw him the ball. You see it. I see it when I watch him, bro. He throw the ball to him. AJ get tackled. He go right. I mean, we threw a bubble screen to AJ. He just looked at him. Got tackled. Just looked at him. Looked at the sideline. Went back to the huddle. The deep ball where AJ stopped running. I never seen Hurt. Me and my wife was watching the game. My wife said he looked like he want to cry. Hurts look like he want to cry because you can see the frustration. You know why you stop running? I put the ball right there. Why you stop running? So now when you have a disgruntled receiver like AJ Brown, who not only is going to be disgruntled in the locker room, but he gonna speak about it publicly. And the Eagles, contrary to belief, the organization does not like controversy, bro. They don't like it. The players can maybe plan it, but the Eagles as an organization don't like it. They're going to come to Jalen and tell him to get the ball any means necessary. And that includes force feeding. Let's force him the ball. So that's why Jalen is KP capping. KP, the game plan was to get it. Sirianni before the game said AJ Brown's going to be heavily involved in this game. It was clear that the game plan was to get the ball to AJ Brown. It was both of them. Let's get the ball to A. Let's shut him up. Let's just be honest. And I want to say this before I move on because I said it in the chat and I'm going to say it again. Because I saw what this offense looked like when we wasn't forcing him the ball. And Jalen Hurts was just playing quarterback. I saw the Vikings game. I saw the Cowboys game. I saw even the Rams game. AJ really wasn't creating separation like that either that game, if we remember. But he was making plays. I give him credit for that, right? We've seen multiple games this season where Jalen Hurts is just the first half of the Tampa game before you start forcing him the ball to make him happy. I am at the point with AJ Brown. If we let AJ Brown go this offseason, I appreciate your services. I appreciate everything you've done for Philadelphia. I appreciate your all-pro seasons, I appreciate you helping us capture a Super Bowl championship, only our second one. I'm not gonna cry over spoiled milk though. What we got cooking now? We gonna go get a guy in the draft? Are you gonna bolster up the defense even more? I'm ready to move on from AJ Brown. And I'm not saying that to say when AJ Brown catches a touchdown pass, I'm not gonna cheer. I'm not saying that AJ Brown go off for 100 yards every game going forward. I'm not gonna be happy about that. Yes, AJ Brown's a great player, and I want the best for AJ. Go somewhere where you feel like you can get the ball, where guys will throw the 50-50 ball to you more often, you can be happy. But on the flip side, bro, I'm cool on AJ Brown. I am cool on AJ Brown, bro, because he the only one that do this talking. Smitty had nothing to say about Jalen Hurts. Dallas Goedert ain't had nothing to say about Jalen Hurts. They asked Jordan Mailata. Jordan Mailata said, I don't even know where that. I didn't know what AJ Brown said. What? I didn't know he said it. Like other guys don't even really. It's him. It's him upset because the play calling not good enough for him to create separation, and then Jalen is not giving him the same chances he once did. That's what he upset about. So again, am I saying he's blameless? Absolutely not. He deserves some blame. I'm not. Jalen not perfect now. Like I'll be frustrated watching him from time to time too. He is far from perfect, but all of what's happening right now, given everything that we've seen and everything that we know, I can't go, Joe. I can't go, Joe. I can't do it. 4 seasons of film on it. Oh, my bad. 4 seasons of film on an offense, or let's just say a season of film and a Super Bowl run on an offense now, because you include Saquon. Defenses are going to adjust. They're going to cloud AJ Brown. They're going to make Devontae beat you. They're going to stack the box. And they've done that. So Jalen Hurts has said, okay, y'all going to crowd AJ. Y'all going to stop Saquon. I'm going to throw the ball elsewhere. And it's a problem though. It's a problem. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So real quick, Tomo, shout out to Tomo being a member. For those who watching, you can click the link in the description, become an R2 member. We got Instagram chats. And we have conversations like this all day, every day. AJ isn't the best, member for 28 months. AJ isn't the best at separating though. Kev says this all the time. AJ is good at contested catches and showing late hands.
AJ, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, all right. One thing James Jones said that I felt like was real. He said, I was a pretty good receiver, but I wasn't AJ Brown. He said, when there were games when I only got 1 or 2 targets, and I'm like, man, I should be getting more targets. A-Rod would come to me and be like, I got you next game. And next game, I'm getting 8 to 10 targets. I understand that. Like, and also with AJ Brown, I get what he's saying. He came in the media and said that, yes, we can't just say, he said we can't just say it's about getting the win. It's not just about getting the win. It's about evolving. It's about getting better. You know, it's about improving because defenses, like you said, had caught up to us. So we can't just sit back and rely on the defense. We have to get better offensively because there's going to be a day when we need a score and we can't. So I get why AJ is frustrated. They asked him today. They said, do you watch other receivers? You know what he said? He said, no, because I get frustrated. Because he see the production everybody getting. So, and as a receiver, I get what he's saying. And then Devontae Smith ain't talking, but he's frustrated too. So I don't think people are saying Hurts is the reason why things are not working. People are frustrated with Hurts, though. Hurts is part of the problem. And that's what they're saying. And I think that's what you're saying too. On the low, though, I think that's what you're saying, but not as much.
I'm saying he's a part of the problem, but he ain't the
problem.
He ain't the problem.
I don't think that's what they're saying. They're saying like we're just like he got to be more aggressive. That's what they're saying because the plays are there to be made. So I think that's what they're trying to say. And also Deshaun Jackson, you know what he said. When I heard what he said, I'm like, should I believe him? But he kind of threw it out there like I know what's going on. But I ain't gonna tell you what's going. It's like, man, did you hear about such and such? Right. You know what? I ain't about to tell you. What you kind of gave me, and that's what he did. He said there's something going on more than football. And remember, Brandon Graham said that last year.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Graham said the same thing.
But you remember what BG said though.
What he said?
BG said, I know one thing. One is trying. And I think 11 could ease up a little bit. Word for word. I think 11.
I'm
I
cool
think
with
11 could ease up a little bit. One is trying. And the James Jones thing is Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, like Aaron Rodgers, I ain't saying Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers. Like prime Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, I'll fit that into a tight space. I'll fit that into that space. And then, like he said, he ain't AJ Brown, so he ain't getting the same coverage as AJ Brown getting. He not. He ain't getting shaded and double covered and all of that.
Yeah,
they doing that for Jordy Nelson. You across from the number 2 receiver. So yeah, you getting 8 targets. When he said, I got you. Because who defended you, bro? Fact. Defenses ain't going to no game saying, we got to stop James Jones. So yeah. Rodgers like, I got you, bro. I got you next game. Not only am I an accurate passer, but I know they ain't going to double cover you. You're going to be open. So yeah, I got you. And the last thing I'll say is this. To this point, he's never been the best at separating, right? That's been a thing. He's been a physical guy. But I got some numbers for you. Shout out to Chris Welch. I gotta make sure I pronounce that name right. He's an analytics guy. Separation numbers. Overall win rate down 9.5%. Zone win rate down 7.8%. Man win rate down 5.5%. His targets are contested 9.3 times more. If he was already not the best at it, and then the numbers go down in a year where Devontae Smith is ascending, Dallas Goedert in a contract year is ascending, what you think Jalen gonna do? He gonna throw the ball to guys that are open. Why throw the 50-50 ball when Devontae Smith is wide open? Why? Why throw the 50-50 ball when Dallas Goedert wide open for a touchdown? Why? When I could just throw it to these guys? And maybe that'll open up the pass game a little bit more to maybe they pay a little bit more attention to Devontae and AJ can then get more separation then. Like, it's, again, Jalen Hurts is about winning the game. I don't care who I got to target. I'm looking to win the game. And AJ is like, I want to win, but I want to win my way. I want to win getting 1,400 yards like before and doing this and doing that. And then on top of the numbers being down, on top of him not being the best to separate to begin with, we are watching film of this man quit on routes, bro. Just flat out quit on routes. If I'm Jalen, next game, bro, you get it when I throw it to you. You get it when I throw it to you. Period, bro. After what we just seen. You'll get it when I throw it your way. When you're open, if you're not open, that ball going somewhere else. Deal with it. If you don't like it, we appreciate your services. We're trying to repeat, bro.
Let me ask you a question. If y'all don't win a Super Bowl, does he have a right to be mad?
Depends. It depends.
If it keeps going like it is right now, and y'all don't win a Super Bowl, does he have a right to be upset?
I would say this. If we don't win the Super Bowl, it depends on how we don't win the Super Bowl. The how matters. Because what's happening, even if AJ Brown was on pace for 2,000 yards, that don't win us the Super Bowl right now. You could be on pace for 2,000 and then not catch a pass in the playoffs or not play well and lose. So but I'm getting to a point. What I'm saying is this. Because me personally, I don't view this situation as do or die like some other fans view it. Like, I do want the Eagles to be in a certain rhythm. I will say this. I do want them to be in a certain rhythm, bro, in a certain rhythm. But I don't think the Eagles are a team where they have to be clicking on all cylinders offensively in order for us to go on this run. I don't think that's the case. If we go into the playoffs and the offense still looks like this and he open and he not getting the ball, we having a different conversation. If it's looking like the Giants game where he's streaking across the middle of the end zone and Jalen Hurts don't throw in the ball, or like the Packers game where he coming across the middle of the field and he don't catch the ball and Jalen Hurts throw a pick, or he's had plays where you look at the all 22s and it's like AJ open and you not giving the ball. Yes. But Joe, I'm sorry. If the film look like this, I'm not hearing it, bro. I'm not. If it look like this, bro.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
And you not open. If the film look like that, Joe, and you not open, bro, no, in my opinion, he don't. That's just me. That's just me. Not if it look like this, Joe. Or better yet, if it look like this, where he not competing for the football, I'm not trying to hear it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Honestly, I just gotta keep hitting replay because this play made me so mad, bro. Like you crying for Joe. You know what I'm getting. You crying for the ball, and this is what you come out here and do. That's just me. That's just me, bro.
All right. Yeah. Well, the only time we'll tell how this gonna go, but for time's sake, we're gonna have to go right to the pick'ems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right to
My
the
bad,
pick'ems.
audience. We was supposed to go that long. We got going.
Hey,
And
the people in the comments enjoyed it, so that's all I care about.
had to handle that. Had to have that conversation, man.
So AJ and I, we're doing something called Unfazed Pick'ems, and basically we are picking every game of the season, not win or loss. We're picking against the spread. All right, with or against it, we're picking the spread. So this is much tougher. This imagine you're betting for each game. Do you think you will win or lose money? I mean, the average person is gonna lose money, you know. So here the record.
Do you want to let me ask you a question? Not to cut you off, Joe. I know we skipping them, but do you want to just quickly give an answer to the? Because there's just two questions.
Okay, we could.
Do you want to quickly give an answer and then like just a 1 minute boom? That's it.
Yeah,
or do you want to? Because they are two big questions.
Okay.
Do you think the Chiefs will miss the playoffs?
No.
Okay.
No. They have a higher point differential from last year. Their defenses is the defensive stats are better. Offensive stats are better. Patrick Mahomes is playing better. The difference is they're losing the tight games. Every game they lost was a one-score game. And the teams that are ahead of them, do I really think they're going to outbeat the Chiefs the rest of the season? No. So, and this is another challenge for the Chiefs to go into the playoffs without winning the division and get to that Super Bowl. So, no, they're not missing the playoffs. They'll make it.
A part of the reason why I wanted to make sure I touch on this is because I wanted to remind the people that I did pick the Broncos to win that division. I did pick the Broncos, and it looked crazy. It sounded crazy at the time, but it looked like they're going to win the division. My answer to this question, Joe, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think the Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs. I think that their margin of error is slim. And I think that this team, given what we've seen, they have lost the aura that they once had. A lot of the reason why the Chiefs are winning a lot of those close games and playing the way they were playing, teams play like they were afraid of the Chiefs instead of playing like they could beat the Chiefs. I think now more teams are confident they could go into Arrowhead. They could take the Chiefs wherever they play, and they can knock them out. And so I feel like in order for them to make it, they'd have to practically win out or go like 6-1. And given what I've seen from this team, I don't think it's gonna happen this year. So I don't think they will make the playoffs.
I'm sorry, I got it. I'm sorry, I know you gotta be quick.
Yeah.
So right now the Jacksonville Jaguars are the 7th seed.
Yes.
So
this is
Texas are the 8th seed. So
for me,
you believe those two teams?
For me, honestly, it's just more about how I feel about the Chiefs this year than about any other team.
Sorry to cut you off. Every game they lost was a one-score game.
That's true.
I've seen Jacksonville get blown out and lose to a bad team. I've seen the Texans get blown out and lose to a bad team. Now, are we saying they're out because you don't believe in the Chiefs? But okay, if you don't believe in the Chiefs, then who do you believe in more than the Chiefs? That's a real question.
Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna say they about to go into like a funk, but like the teams that are ahead of them, it sounds crazy, bro. It does sound crazy. I'm not going to lie, but it sounded crazy when I didn't pick them to win the division. I think that they are in a space right now where they are more beatable than they've ever been. I think the one-score losses are going to continue to happen. And Patrick Mahomes has been a master at closing games. He has not been that master this year. Coming up, and I have it up on the schedule.
Cowboys.
They got the Colts is going to be a tough matchup.
And
Dallas in
they haven't
Dallas.
beat the Colts in the regular season yet.
This is facts. Dallas in Dallas. I would pick
Mhm.
the Chiefs, but that's gonna be closer than people think because of their offense. That's gonna be closer than what people think. So that game might sneak up on you. The Texans got the best defense in the league right now. You play them next. Then you play the Chargers right after that. And you know how I feel about Herbert.
They
But
already
the Chargers,
beat them, bro. Yeah.
that is true, but they are competitive though. It lightens up after that. You got Tennessee, but you got the Broncos right after. I think they're gonna miss it. Bro. I think they're gonna miss. I think they can only afford to lose maybe 1, 2 more games. And I think they got a few. I think they got a few more L's coming. Just wait on it. That mystique is gone, bro.
It's funny because they could possibly still win the division too.
That's true.
The Broncos winning close games too, and they could tank easily. Their team is not as good as it looks.
That's true, but they got that win over the Chiefs already. They play them again later, but they, you know what I mean. So I got the Chiefs, and then of course my bad, the AFC North. I don't like what I'm seeing from Baltimore, to be honest with you. I'm picking Baltimore because of the pedigree that's there, because of Lamar, even though Lamar is battling some type of injury right now, some type of ankle injury. I don't know if he's practicing. Last time I checked, he wasn't.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I'm going to pick the Ravens, but I want to say this about the Ravens real quick. There's a certain someone in the chat that always has something to say about Philadelphia. And this is the only, I know my boy Miles might be watching. The only reason why I'm saying this is because there's a certain someone that always has something to say about Philly. And I just want to say this. I said it in the chat, Joe. I don't know if you heard me, but I'm going to reiterate it now. The Ravens better win this division, especially if what I said comes true and the Chiefs don't make the playoffs. Because I'll be danged if we have these conversations about what Lamar don't got and what he got and all this, that, and the third. And you let Daniel Jones come out of the AFC in a year that Patrick Mahomes is not in the playoffs. Or you let Drake May and the Patriots come out of the AFC without Patrick Mahomes in the way. Because Lamar and them can't get to the postseason. That's all I want to say. I think they win. I think they win the division. I think the Steelers are just too up and down. They only separated by a game and they play again later on this season. I don't know if they play. Do they play twice still this season?
Twice.
I think the Ravens are going to get them out of there. I do. I think the Ravens are going to get them out of there. I think they're going to win the division. But I want to keep a close eye on the Ravens and on Lamar this year, bro. Because I really don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. And if they don't, we're going to be the Ravens looking funny in the light. If the Bills come out, okay. But Daniel Jones and Drake May and the Patriots, we're going to have to start having some conversations in the chat. That's all I'm going to say. That's all we got to start with some conversations. I just want to say that.
Well, I'm going with the Ravens too, and because of Lamar Jackson, number one. They just had the better player at quarterback. And the Steelers last 2 years, they fell off a cliff kind of in the back end of the season. Last year, they started off 10-3 and went 0-4. The year before that, they started off 7-4 and went 3-3. So like they just have last 2 years, they just been doing that. And the Ravens are hot right now and they're on a win streak. Both defenses are getting better, but the Ravens schedule ahead is easier. The Steelers play multiple teams that have a better or same record. We got the Bears, the Bills, and the Lions. And then they got to play the Ravens twice. The Ravens, the tough teams they got really are the Patriots and the Packers. They got the Bengals twice who Lamar spank every time he sees them. They got the Jets. And they got the Steelers twice. So I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
And the Steelers got 1, 2, 3, 4 away games, while the Ravens got 4 home games.
Sheesh, yeah. Give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Like I said, they better. All right, pick'ems. Like my boy Blaze said, bet the mortgage on whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever we pick. You know what I mean?
All right.
You give it, you know what I'm saying? Might as well. As you put that record up.
Yeah, I know, right? This is the record, y'all.
So we had the Bills and the Texans. I picked the Bills to cover, and it's not looking like they're going to. They are down 16-23 right now.
Yeah, I have picked the Texans.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I should have thought about that defense and I should have went that way. I'm wondering what the numbers look like, but I picked the Bills for that matchup. So I just want to put that out there, and it's looking like I'm about to be wrong. Start of the fourth quarter though, so it's still a little bit of time. Next Sunday we got.
Just let the people that didn't hear us before. We are picking the spread. This is not win or loss. Don't look at like y'all tried. Last year we did wins and losses, and our records were too easy. It was too good. So we wanted to make it more challenging and bet the spread.
And boy, is it more challenging. I just want to point that out. It is very much so more challenging. I just want to point that out. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Chicago Bears. The Bears are favored in this matchup, -3.5.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers point of plus 3.5. I think it'll be a close game.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers too. I'm gonna go with the Steelers too. Next, we got the Patriots at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Patriots are favored in this matchup, -8.5. I'm gonna go with the Bengals to cover the spread.
No Jamar Chase, and the Patriots got one of the best defenses in the NFL. Bengals got one of the worst. Give me the Patriots.
Is Burrow coming back?
No, I don't think he's playing Joe Flacco.
I'm gonna stick with my gut. My gut telling me the Bengals make it closer than 8.5. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Next, we have the New York Giants at the Detroit Lions. The Lions are favored in this matchup, -10.5.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blowout. They just lost y'all.
If Darnold's playing, I'm definitely taking the Giants.
You got Giants. I think it's gonna be a blowout. They are at home. They just lost to Philly in a bad offensive performance. They about to show out. Give me the Lions.
Like I said, it's if Dart is playing, I have to take the Giants with Dart are a different football team. I just don't know if he's playing.
If you in the chat, put your picks in the comment section too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Giants because I think Dart is back this week.
He's on track.
And if he is, I'm starting him in fantasy. So I'm going with the Giants. Give me the Giants.
Speaking of fantasy, your boy.
Next, we got the Minnesota. Hey, I'm gonna snatch it back. Don't worry. I'm gonna snatch it back. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are favored in this matchup, -6.5. I'm gonna go Minnesota.
Me too. This is tough. I'm going Minnesota too.
That is a very tough one. That is a very tough one. We got the Seattle Seahawks at the Tennessee Titans. The Seahawks are favored -12.5. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks in that one.
Yeah, I felt bad for Cam Ward.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks in that one. I give them that one. Next, we got the Colts at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored in this matchup, -3.5.
You going with the Colts?
I am going with the Colts. You going with who?
The Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's gonna be a make or break game in my opinion. Next, we got the Jets at the Ravens. The Ravens are favored in this matchup, -3.5. Or I'm sorry, -13.5.
I'm actually gonna go with the Jets.
Jets. Yeah, the Ravens ain't pulling away like that. The Ravens' offensive line is an issue too.
It is. But they play the Browns. That's a division matchup. It's always tough against them. But the Jets, they start on Tyrod Taylor, who's a much better passer than Justin Fields. So I'm gonna go with the Jets. I mean, the Jets will lose still, but 13.5 is a lot.
For sure. Next, we got the Browns at the Raiders. The Raiders are favored in this matchup, -3.5. Shador starting. Give me the Browns to win outright.
I'm getting the Browns because of the defense. Geno and the offensive line. Woof. Miles Garrett about to eat.
Yes, for sure. Next, we got Jacksonville at Arizona. The Jaguars are favored in this matchup, -2.5.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. The upset.
I don't think I'm. No, I'm gonna go with the Jags. I'm gonna go with the Jags. Next, we got Philly at Dallas. The Eagles are favored in this matchup, -3.5. Of course, I'm going. I can't not go with Philly. I just can't. I can't. Now, I will admit, I do think this is going to be a good game, though, because Dak in Dallas against us is always a problem. But I'm going with Philly though, because I think Tomo said it best earlier. I do think that Dak is going to test us. I do. I think he's going to put up some points, and I think he's going to force our offense. One thing I'll say about our offense, bro, it's like whenever a team go down and score, it's like, all right, we got to lock in. And it's like they lock in whenever a team score. Like, it's weird. I think Dallas is going to put that type of pressure on us this week. I don't think they score a ton, but I think they put up at least 21 on us. And I think it's going to force us to at least put up 25, 26. So it'll be the Eagles.
Give me the Cowboys.
Okay. You think do the Cowboys win outright?
I don't know, but I know it'll be a
Okay.
one possession game. I feel like it's gonna be a
Fair.
one possession game. And yeah, but if y'all win by 4 like last time, I'll be sick.
Fair. All right, we got Atlanta at New Orleans. The Saints are favored in this matchup -2.5.
Kirk Cousins starting.
It's an ugly game.
I'm gonna go with.
I'll take the Falcons, I guess.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Right. You go with the Saints? Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Okay.
It might be a 1 point or 2 point win.
Okay. It's gonna be ugly. I know that.
Yeah.
Next, we got a big one. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Rams. The Rams are favored in this matchup -6.5. It's a nice size spread. Give me the Buccaneers.
Yeah, same. Give me the Bucks. I think the Rams will win still, but it'll be a close game.
For sure. And then last but not least, the Monday night game. We got the Panthers at the 49ers. The Niners are favored in this matchup -7.5.
Give me the Panthers.
Shout out Bryce. Bryce been playing pretty well.
Yeah, he broke the single game record. You know what? Give me the. I'm going to 49ers. He broke the singles game record for most passing yards in the game. Past Cam Newton.
Okay. I'm picking the Panthers, and I just feel like I'm in trouble, bro, because I just realized I just picked just about every road team there is to pick. But I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna rock out with it and see what happens.
Yeah, we got a lot of opposite picks too.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We set there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get out of here. My last words will be shout out to the whole R2L network. Shout out to Timeout for Timeout, and shout out to everybody who tuned in today. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate the super chat also by Tomo and Friendly Reminder. All right. Shout out to both of y'all. We appreciate it. We appreciate it a lot. And my Commanders, man, listen, shout out to Dan Quinn for taking over the defense and making it look more alive. We dealing with so much injury. We didn't have pain that game. We just don't have nobody for real on our defense. And offensively, Marcus Mariota, he's irritating, man. You know why? Because for the press conference, I know that he don't believe that we are going to do anything.
Yeah.
He's just out there because he's starting. He's happy to start. And it's like, I am in a press conference. I don't want to hear him. He's going to start. Even though we're losing, we're going to learn from this. I don't care about that right now. We need to win games.
Right.
You know, and I can see the frustration in Dan Quinn's face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it ain't over. We still got we ain't got an X yet. We don't have an X yet. So we still fighting. And JD5 might be back after the bye. And people are saying, should he come back? I think he should. I think he should come back when he's ready. I do. I honestly do. Just to give like a taste on what's gonna happen next year. You know what I mean? All the injuries he had were like he just gotta take care of it. So that dislocated arm thing, that's just a freak thing.
Yeah.
I think he should come back. I'm not gonna lie. So if the man wants to play, let him play. And yeah, man, my Kings, I mean, we going for the dollars.
Hey man, well, first of all, I just want to say I think the JD5 take, I just think that's a fan take right there. You just want to see your boy, man. And I know you want to see him out there. I know you do, bro. But if I was them, I would just say, listen, especially if y'all don't win another game until he, when is this y'all bye week right now?
Yeah, we gonna buy.
I would just say it's all right, bro. It's just heal up and be ready for the start of next season. We gonna load up next season. But my last words are, man, shout out to everybody watching on my channel, Timeout or Full Timeout. Shout out to everybody watching from the R2L network. It's been a fun one. Definitely, we spent a lot of time on the Eagles. I didn't think we was gonna go that long, but we spent a lot of time on the Eagles. It is what it is. I'm hoping going forward we don't have to because we just win, and it's not as much talk about how we win after the win. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. Overall, Eagles fans, I know I said a lot. I know Joe said a lot. At the end of the day, from my perspective, I don't know how Joe feels about it. The Eagles are 8-2.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles are the number 1 seed in the conference and the number 1 seed in the division. They will be fine. This is not 2023. We're not getting ready to collapse. We have some games coming up on the schedule that I believe are some get-right games for the offense. So I do think we're going to start clicking and we're going to get on the same page going into the postseason. And even if we don't, I still have confidence in this team because I believe the Eagles can flip a switch. I just do. Maybe I'm naive, but I think this offense can flip. I think Jalen, I think Ajae, I think Devontae, Saquon, maybe not Saquon, the offensive line is struggling, but I think the guys on the outside and the quarterback can flip the switch. And I think we can get this thing going and do what we have to still finish on top. That's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't concerned. And Lakers, I know I said a lot about the Eagles, but I see y'all too. I ain't gonna lie. I see. We're gonna talk about y'all a little later. I see y'all. I just want to let y'all know I see y'all. All right. Luka doing this thing, AR doing this thing. You know what I mean? DeAndre Ayton doing exactly what I expected, just getting rebounds, block a few shots, catch a few lobs. JJ coaching his butt off. LeBron's back into the fold, dishing. You know what I mean? I like what I'm seeing. I ain't saying we're going to win the championship, but I like what I'm seeing. That's all I'm saying, man. So, like usual, well, I can't say I can't say I'm fully unfazed because the Eagles got me a little, you know what I mean? But let's just say the Lakers got me feeling unfazed.
Unfazed. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.